Good morning, I'm currently moored here at Northwich on these wonderful floating pontoons. They raise and lower with the river water levels. Just there is Northwich town centre, so fantastic for shopping, and just here is all the beautiful nature. Today, Mike Carter is coming out to hopefully give me a seaworthy on the Jolly Roger. So let's get ourselves sorted, ready for that to happen. As most of you know, the Anderton boat lift has been broken for months now and it's not going to be open in the foreseeable future. So the only other way off this river is via the Ship Canal. And the only way to be able to cruise that section of water is with a Seaworthy certificate. So I have passed a Seaworthy twice on the Run Wench and also on my boat previous. So if my memory serves me right, obviously I need an anchor, chain and some rope. And also, let me just take you in there, we need life jackets for every crew member. So that's Bonnie's, that's mine, and that's in case anybody comes with me. But I'll probably be doing it on my own. It's just in case my mum comes or my friend Gabby comes. So I've got my anchor. I've actually painted this in some hammerite silver because it was really, really rusty. It's got to look the part on it. Also, I've got a bag here full of loads and loads of chain because the chain is what weighs the anchor down, and also some rope. So what I'm going to do now is shackle it all together and then hopefully that'll be ready. I'd just like to say as well, thank you so much to Al for giving me these shackles. He gave them to me at the Pirate Festival. So that's the rope attached to the chain, which is attached to the anchor. So I'm hoping I've got enough rope. But the thing is, if you need to deploy an anchor, you're probably in the crap anyway. And I've also got some spare rope, so I could, if needed, if it needs to be longer, attach some spare rope as well. The other thing as well that I think you need is a life ring, or, where is it? Oh yeah, one of these. So this is a throw rope, and I think these are a lot better. They're easier to store than one of those. And you just pull the rope out and throw it to them and they catch it and pull them in. The thing is with a life ring, with my throwing, if I end up throwing that, I'll probably hit them in the head and knock them out. But I've got the both, so I'm hoping that's everything. I'm trying to think. But obviously anything else, then I'll let you know when he gets here. Well, good morning. We're leaving the lovely Northwich. Mike came and did my Seaworthy on the Jolly Roger yesterday and he passed. Woo! So that means now that I can start all the proceedings to sort out the Manchester Ship Canal. But because it's the weekend and it's a beautiful weekend, I'm going to go for a cruise. I want to get to the end of this river, which is that way. And once we get past the first lock, I'm going to tell you everything that he was looking for to give you a heads up if you're going to get a Seaworthy. Isn't the River Weaver just beautiful? I love all the old parts of the history of it, the old cranes there covered in cormorants. You've got all these old boats here, big boats, because the River Weaver used to have loads of big boats. This was a connecting river between the Trent and Mersey Canal there, where all the narrowboats are, and then the Manchester Ship Canal and River Mersey, and then the River Mersey goes to sea. So between them all, this was the connecting one to take all the goods brought from the sea or from Liverpool or from wherever to the canal network. And the River Weaver main source was salt. It's famous for salt round here. I'm just cruising through now, you can sort of feel all that. It's dead nice, I love it. And this here now is Northwich dry dock, and it's one of the best dry docks because you can get underneath your boat and do the actual base plate. Most places that you go for blacking on your hull, they only do the sides, the bit under the water, they don't do the bottom. And I personally think it's really important that you get your base plate done. Yeah, so just love it. Look at these boats, look at this one. Just so cool. And this one. I feel quite small today. And I'm just coming up now to my first lock of the day, and I need to be careful how I say this. Hunt's Lock. So that's the first lock done, and I think we've got about 40 minutes, maybe an hour to the next lock. So I thought I'd use that time now to tell you about the Seaworthy. Now they're not looking for things like the boat safety looks for. Seaworthy looks for more your safety. So it's things such as life jackets. But what I didn't realise is it doesn't have to be life jackets for every single person. It's just a life-saving device. So he said to me, because I had 2 life jackets on board, plus a life ring and a throw rope, that really I could have 4 people on my boat, which I didn't know. So that's something that's enlightened me, just pieces of life-saving equipment. He also checked my weed hatch, he lifted up my stern, checked under there to make sure that the weed hatch wasn't leaking, anything like that, because you do thrash it when you're on the ship canal. And then obviously there's the bilge pumps, because if you take on water, you need those to be working. And also obviously an anchor. Now they don't like you deploying an anchor on the Manchester Ship Canal, but you've got to have either an anchor chain and some rope or a mud weight. And you know, it's because there isn't really, I don't think there's much of a flow on the ship canal. It's just to keep you safe when you've got big boats passing you. And that was pretty much it, to be honest, but it's all on that website that I showed you in the last video. So my next stage now is to contact Peel, arrange a day and head off then down the ship canal. But I'll show it all. I will show it all. Anyway, let's carry on now and enjoy this beautiful River Weaver. Call this the Blue Bridge, I've no idea why. And little Bonnie's on her little blue cool mat today. It's too hot to put her on the roof. And this is why I cruised this morning, because it's going to get really warm this afternoon. So she's on a little cool mat there, watching the world go by. She's dead happy. And she got that one from Jason and Marie. They brought it for her the other week. She has got another cool mat. It's not as good as that one. That one's a really good one. I think that's from Pets at Home. Coming up now, just under these arches, to the next lock, which I think is Vale Royal. This is just breathtaking, this is. One of the best things for me about cruising the River Weaver is all the locks are manned by a fine crew of lock keepers, and everyone I've met is really friendly and helpful and saves me from having to scramble up slimy ladders and getting covered in foul smelling lock jizz. Forget gold coins and secret gems, as a friendly lockkeeper is the real treasure on this river. That's a tight hole on that one, isn't it?
Well, I'm saying, look. Okay, my sweet.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Pleasure, darling.
So that's the last lock done now. I'm going to head to the end of this part of the navigation, which is Winsford Basin. You can go further, but not on a narrowboat. I've done it before when some friends picked me up and took me on their fiberglass boat. We went and we had such a wonderful day. I'll put the link to the video here. In my last video, quite a few people mentioned my tiller, that I needed to lengthen it or stand further back. Well, the problem is I can't lengthen it, because if I lengthened it, it would hit this, or it would go further past the boat and potentially get caught on a lock or anything like that, so it'd be dangerous. I couldn't lengthen it. And also I can't stand further back, because then I'm in the tiller arc, and if you're here, which is fine for now, but if your rudder hits something, the tiller swings and it could knock me off the end of the boat, knock me into the water. So I can't do that. So, I mean, it is a little bit high, I have to say, but it's fine. You know, I'll get used to it. I just need to grow a few inches. At the moment it's at boob height. Well, it depends if we've got a bra on or not. But it works. Nearly lost my head on that bridge. That's a slam of boat into reverse then. So this coming up here now is the oldest still working salt mine, and they used to have back in the day big barges called Weaver Flats, and they'd load them up with the salt, and like I said earlier, then send them off down to sea or onto the canal network. But the flashes further up here were caused by salt mining, and you've got this beautiful lake now. Yeah, imagine it though back then. There's something timeless about the River Weaver, with the industry on one side and all the wilderness and beauty on the other. And just ahead, the river broadens into the flashes, these sunken scars of a salt mining past. But we're not going to risk going into there, because I do know it has some really shallow parts. The navigation for narrowboats officially ends here into this little basin called Winsford Marina. You can see as well how it really widens to that flash, but we're in this little offshoot just to the right. So this is the problem with rivers, is the pontoons are higher. I'm frightened to death about paintwork. So I think I'll put the wheels down. Your gun will get trapped underneath the wood. So I've just attached my wheels now, and then I'm going to tie the boat up at the front. So hopefully then those wheels will keep me off this bank from going underneath it and scratching on my paint. I've turned into a right shiny boat, haven't I? It's because I've spent all my savings, worked so hard, and also got a loan to pay for this. So it means a lot to me. I've been saving for such a long time for my dream boat, and I've got it, and I just feel so lucky. I've got a feeling I'm going to have some quite noisy neighbours tonight. So good afternoon, it's about 28 to 30 degrees today, it's a right scorcher, and I've pushed my boat across now underneath a big tree because it was in full sun on the other side, so it's there now nice and cool, and that's one of the advantages as well of having portholes because they keep the heat in the winter and they're a lot cooler in the summer. But as it's cooling down now because it's sort of late afternoon, my friend Gabs is here, and what we're going to do is get my canoe out, which I've not inflated for about 4 years, see if it'll blow up, and if it does we're going to head down the flashes. So yeah, you've got to have a bit of fun, haven't you? You've got to be by water and, you know, be able to dip your toes in when it's weather like this.
I'm quite excited for this.
It's bigger than I remembered, this kayak, but it is a 2-person one and hopefully a dog one too, because Bonnie will love this. Oh, there we go.
It beats bumping away for 2 hours, I know that. Oh, Bonnie's okay. You're happy to me.
So it's 20 past 5 and it's still really hot, so we've decided not to take little Bonnie because it's just too hot for her, and at least in the boat it's nice and cool. But this will be a first time we're using this boat, well, for me, in 4 years. The last time I cruised this boat was across the pond to Suthley Aqueduct. For the first cruise we thought it was safer with the heat to leave Bonnie here, and also in case it goes down on us. Hey, you're lucky, won't we?
Well, I'm in.
You're in.
I'm holding it.
Still floating.
That's easy, isn't it? I feel like we're sinking.
Just inspecting the paintwork on my boat, and I've got a few little scuffs already. I have to touch them up when I get a chance. So this here now is the flashes, and this is what the salt mining did. It all collapsed and created this beautiful lake. The thing is, we're missing the fin that goes on this. Can't find it anywhere. So I don't think we've got the capability of going very straight.
I think we're going round in circles though.
The thing is with these flashes being subsidised salt mines, there's a lot of sandbanks, and this is why narrowboats can't come into this part. And just here now is one of those sandbanks, so we're going to see how close we can get, because there's loads of wildlife here. And we may also be able to beach the kayak and have a paddle. We'll see.
Shallow.
So you can see the bottom. You got sand?
I got
There's
sand.
land, ahoy! Amazing. And that bit there, just to the left there, is an offshoot of the River Weaver, and I did that with my friends in their fiberglass boat with an outboard. We went all the way down there, and it was a right good adventure. It was just after the storms, so we got as far as we could until we hit too many trees, and then we had to reverse and turn back. But it's just nice being on this part of the River Weaver. It's like a sacred haven. You enjoying it, Gabs?
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting out and having a paddle.
You lady of leisure.
I've even got my piggy trotters out. Cooling down.
Can't believe we're sat here having our feet in the River Weaver. I bet so many people weed in it.
It's big, big, big river.
What a brilliant way to spend an afternoon, eh? This is lovely. Anyway, where's the water? So whilst we couldn't bring a rum, because if I'd have brought a rum whilst we're kayaking, everyone would have gone mental and said about safety. So we brought water. And whilst we're opening this and drinking this, a massive thank you to this week's pirate crew. Thank you for everything that you do. Cheers, everyone. Please make sure you've got a double or something strong there, because I'm having a water. But anyway, whilst we keep plodding up here and having the time of our lives, thank you so much for watching. I am going to leave the video here. If you have enjoyed it, please do give us a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. And before I go, just a huge, massive thank you to my lovely, gorgeous patrons. So that's it. Please take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next week.
Put some mussels in it, Heidi.
Are we going to see how far we can get? Or are we just going to go for another hour?
Let's go back for a run.
Yeah, let's go back for a run. It's on it.